In this video, we're going to go on a scientific mission to see if there is a better solution for our Bath and Body Works dispenser holder. Might be. We might save a whole lot of print time if we just set up our print file a little bit differently, or we may not save any print time, and that's certainly a possibility. But I think it's worth the experiment, so let's go in and take a look and see what we can do here. So let's go ahead and create a new build plate. Let's import the new updated artwork for our Bath and Body Works holder. Okie dokie. So we're going to go ahead and set our object names, of course. And we'll begin with our front plate, or our back plate rather. And then we have our front plates. And then we have our sides. And then we have our apple. And then our apple dots. And then we have our whites. And then we have our pink. Our green. Our yellow. And then this is going to be our flange. That's the piece that's going to make the magic happen. Let's go back up to apple and set our colors of our filament. So that will be number 3. Apple dots and white and pink and 5. And green will be 6. Yellow will be 2. Our flange will be 4. And then back up the top here, plate 2, we're going to do black, front plate and sides, all in black. Okay, so that takes care of all that. So now what we have to do is set the various thicknesses of our various parts. So the back plate and the front plate, those are both going to get 2. So you go to your scale tool and say that's 2 millimeters thick. The sides is going to be 54. Okay. And then the apple is the apple dots, and the yellow. So we select one, come down here and shift select the last one. All of that is going to be 1. The flange is going to be 12. So now everything has its finished thickness. Now we need to set the Z height for all of our various components. So we'll start back at the top here with our back plate. And we'll go into move world coordinates, set that to 1. The front plate is going to be 1 less than our overall height, so that will be 53. And then our sides are good. And then our apple, all the way down to our yellow, that all has to be set at 27.5. Okay? So now all of that is sitting right there on top of my front plate there. So the only thing that really left to place is our flange. Our flange is 12 millimeters. Half of 12 is 6. It's going to sit on top of our 2 mil back plate. So 6 and 2 is 8. So that value needs to be 8. Okay. And there we go. I don't know. Oh yeah, our flange is actually hidden inside the box. We can't see the flange. Excellent. That's how we want it, actually. So that'll work out fine. So it's in there. We just can't see it. All right. So I'm confident that that is all the way we need it to be, but we do need a drainage hole here. So let's go ahead and add that. Right-click, add primitive, add a cylinder. There's our cylinder. Let's go ahead and hit our scale tool. Let's do 15, 15, and let's do 60. Let's rotate this, and we're going to rotate it 90 degrees in the X here. And then we'll roughly place it. Let's look at it straight down from the top. Straight down from the top. And then we're going to go on this piece right here. We want to select this build plate. Plate number 2. And we're going to go ahead and position that. So we'll hit move. And you see that green? What we want to do is we want to line that up so we can actually come down here and see we can line it up right there in between. That's exactly where we want it there. Okay, so I'll be happy with that. So then what we'll do is we're going to have to move this in the Z direction to put it in the center of that. So to do that, this piece, shift control this piece, right click to add it to the existing assembly, and then we can alt click this and move this world coordinates to 27, which is the center of our sides. Okay. And then all we have to do is our mesh boolean. So we'll do mesh boolean. Let's move everything over. We're doing a subtraction. We'll scroll all the way down here, get rid of our back plate. We just need our cylinder over here. And then we can execute our drain hole. And we get our drain hole. So that is kind of the base model now, everything put together here. All right, so now we have to set this up for printing. So now that we've got our model, we're going to go ahead and add a couple of build plates. Let's copy this model and paste it, and then paste it over here, and then start right here. What do we want to do with this model? Well, I tell you what, let's do this. Let's add another build plate. Probably not a bad idea. The first one we'll just keep original. That one we never touched. And then we'll just focus on these 3 build plates then. So we got an extra one over here. Okay, so then we'll just select these 3. So let's zoom in here. This is build plate number 3. And let's figure out what we don't actually need here, which is a lot of stuff. So you see we're on plate 3. We do need our back plate, but we don't need our front plate or our sides or apple. Scroll down here. We can shift click all that. We don't need any of that. But we need our flange. So plate number 1 is done and dusted. That's what we need for plate number 1. So now we will move on to the next plate here. And what do we need here? Well, for sure, when we select this, we for sure do not need our back plate, right? We don't need that. And we don't need any of our color information because that is going to be printed all separately. So we could delete all of that. And then what we got left here. So we have left, we have our front plate, we have our sides, but we don't need our flange. So we can get rid of that. And now we can go ahead and flip this over. So we will grab I don't know. Let's just rotate it. I don't like what it does when we do lay on face. So we'll rotate it here. And in the green, we're going to rotate it 180 degrees. There you go. So that is going to print this way. And that way, when we do print it this way, we should need less supports this way. We're going to have supports for our 2 holes. But outside of that, we don't need any supports. So that should, in theory, save us a bunch of time. So now these 2 can fit all on one plate, so we just move that over there, and then we can get rid of this plate altogether. See there? All right, so the last thing we need to do is print our front plate. Okay, so we'll go ahead and click on this last piece here and figure out what we do and don't need. So we do not need our back plates or our sides. We need all of our color information, but we do not need our flange. So we can go ahead and hit delete and get rid of all of that. And that just leaves us with our front plate and all of our bits and bobs. So what I like to do on the front plate here is let's go ahead and alt click on our black and set just that front plate to 1 millimeter thick instead of 2. And then what that does is all of our colored pieces then need to move down in the Z a half a millimeter. So we'll switch over here to the move tool. We'll do negative 0.5. And now those are sitting directly on top of my 1 millimeter plate. And then what we'll do is we'll glue this. So we'll glue this to our front piece when we go put it together. And then as far as my flange goes here, what we'll do is on the inside of this model, we'll just put a little bit of that gel super glue on the inside here, and then we flip this over and put it on like a lid. So the big moment of truth has arrived. We're going to go ahead and slice these two plates and see what we get. So we will need supports on this piece, so we will enable supports there. We obviously don't need supports for the back plate or the front plate, but let's go ahead and slice away. What's your guess? Hour and a half for the front plate? Something like that? That'd be my guess. Hour and 15. All right, beautiful. So that's not so bad. Now the big one. 2 hours and 45 minutes, okay? And then we have to add to that, we have to add an hour and 15. So that basically becomes 4 hours, okay, right? So 2 hours and 45 plus 15 minutes, that's 3 hours. Yeah, 4 hours versus the original design, which took 5. So bottom line is we saved ourselves an hour of print time if we go ahead and set up the design file this way. And to me, that's fairly significant time savings. So that experiment was a successful one. I feel like saving an hour of print time is kind of a big deal. So I hope you enjoyed this one, and thanks for watching.